Something happens during awakening that nobody prepares you for. Your body starts reacting to everything. Certain people leave you exhausted for no reason. Certain rooms feel heavy the moment you walk in. Your chest tightens in situations it never used to. Your nervous system is constantly firing. And because it feels so physical, so completely real in the body, you call it energy. I'm absorbing other people's energy. My energy shifted, or something is moving through me. And maybe that language feels true. But here is what is also true. Your body has been carrying things for years. Old emotions that never got processed, old pain that never got felt, old tension that became so normal that you stopped noticing it. And awakening didn't create any of that. It just made it impossible to ignore it anymore. We're taught to think of transformation as something that happens in the mind, a new belief or a new perspective, an insight that changes everything. But the body is also part of the process. Always. Stress lives in the body. Fear lives in the body. Grief lives in the body. Even things that you're not consciously feeling, your body is already holding them. The tension in your shoulders are from years of carrying too much. The tightness in your chest are from emotions that never got expressed. The low-level anxiety you adapted to so long ago, you think it's just how you are. Your body has been keeping the score the entire time. So if something as ordinary as stress affects the body, why would one of the deepest shifts a person can go through be any different? It isn't. The body is not separate from this. The body is where this happens. And here is the part that most people don't connect. Most of us learn to go a little numb, not dramatically, not on purpose, but pain happened, life happened, and emotions that felt too big to handle, especially when we were young, they got pushed down. We stayed busy, we kept moving, and we learned not to go there. And that worked in a way. It kept us functioning, but it also meant that we stopped fully feeling things. Not just the hard stuff, but the good stuff too. The kind of flatness that sets in when emotional suppression becomes a habit. A muted quality to everything. And then something breaks through. A loss, a period of deep reflection, a relationship that finally cracked something open. And the numbness starts to dissolve. And when that happens, you don't just start feeling the thing that you're avoiding. You start feeling everything that was underneath that. The grief that has been sitting there for years, the fear that was living in your chest, the exhaustion that you never let yourself acknowledge. Your body, which had learned to be quiet, suddenly isn't anymore. And that feels intense and overwhelming. Sometimes like something outside of you is happening to you, but it's not outside. It was already inside. You're just finally feeling it. And this is why the sensitivity makes sense. When you've been numb and you've been running on autopilot, you're not fully registering what's around you. You're filtered and protected. not fully present in your own body. And when that protection starts to lift, suddenly you're registering so much more. The tension in the room, the emotional weight in someone's voice, the way a conversation leaves you feeling drained or alive. And none of that is new information. Your body was always picking it up. You just didn't have conscious access to it before, but now you do. And that's why people say, I can feel energy everywhere now. But that energy was always there. You're just present enough to notice it. What feels like a new spiritual ability is actually just increased awareness of what your body has always been sensing. And here's where it gets important. Calling it all energy can quietly take away your real work. Because the word energy is external. Something is happening to you. Forces are affecting you. Other people's energy is getting in. And when you live inside that framework, the question then becomes, how do I manage all this energy coming at me? Instead of the harder question, what is my body actually feeling right now? What emotion is this? What has my nervous system learned to do here? What has my body been holding that's finally starting to move? Those questions put you back inside yourself, where the actual work really is. Because the sensitivity you're feeling isn't actually a spiritual gift to manage. It's your own inner world becoming impossible to ignore. And the only real way through it is to actually feel it. Not label as someone else's energy. Not protect yourself from it energetically, but feel it. Let it move through you. Let it show you what it came to show you. And here's the other thing worth understanding. Becoming more aware of what your body's holding is not the same as releasing it. You can notice the tightness in your chest. You can feel the anxiety in your stomach. You can recognize the emotional pattern as it's happening. And still have your body produce the same response tomorrow. Because the body doesn't change through noticing. It changes through new experience. Through what actually happens in the body over and over in real situations. When you stay present instead of shutting down, or when you let yourself actually feel something instead of immediately managing it, when you stop labeling the feeling and just let it be there, that's what slowly teaches your nervous system something different. And it's slow, much slower than the spiritual experience. But it's the only thing that actually changes when the body is holding. Because the body learns from living, not from understanding. So the sensations you feel during awakening are real. The intensity is real. The sensitivity is real. The way your body seems to suddenly register everything, that's real. But it's not energy from outside you. It's you. It's your own inner world finally being felt. Years of suppression lifting. Emotions that are finally moving. Your nervous system is waking up from a long time of being managed. You're not absorbing the world's energy. You're finally feeling your own. And that's not something to protect yourself from. It's something to listen to.